Good morning and welcome to Buckeye TV, or should I say Lincoln Live. I'm Dominic Spradlin, and today I visited Gahanna-Lincoln High School to see the award-winning WGLH TV program and how it runs under 2024's Ohio Teacher of the Year. From the classroom to the studio, let's take a closer look at what it takes for these students to deliver the daily news. The calm before the storm. This is the Lincoln Live studio at Gahanna-Lincoln High School. Right now, the students are sitting in the classroom where they're prepping for their daily newscast. Here, they can plan for their shows, do things like prep daily rundowns, check in on package status, rotation and roles for the day, and how to try and fix any problems they can before the show even starts.
I want to make sure it meets the time limit. I want to make sure there are no issues. I would love to see it again, okay?
Once inside the studio, the students set up for their show and start to rehearse their roles. From anchor to director to TD to camera and teleprompter, you name it. This class structure makes sure everyone always has something to do at all times. But that's just what it takes, and that's what's expected, according to Senior David Cremeen.
Compared to other schools, we change jobs every day, where some schools will have you doing the same job every day. So some schools will have you directing the show every single day the whole year, anchoring the whole year. We change every day. So the expectation is that you know what to do with each of those jobs. Every day, everybody's doing their job, everybody's pulling their weight to put it all together pretty much.
Class begins nice and early here in the Lincoln Live studio. As a matter of fact, it starts at 7:35, the first block of the day. This gives students at least 2 hours to get done what they need. At around 8:45 is when they'll typically start the show rehearsal, making sure that anchors have their timing right and things like packages and sound bites are playing smoothly.
So can we go from the toss to Katie again? Katie, ask one question and then wait and just toss it back, so we can get our timing down.
Once the clock hits 9:15, it's officially showtime. Classrooms all across the school make sure to tune in to their daily newscast.
Good morning, Lincoln. I'm Natalie Fogel.
And I'm Taylor Neer. Natalie, how do you feel that you're almost done with high school?
It's crazy. I felt like I was in middle school just last year or something.
What middle school did you go to again?
South.
Oh.
Whoa, okay. What middle school did you go to?
You know, I went to East.
The show runs live 4 days a week, meaning the students are always working. As soon as one show is over, they're already thinking about the next. And so with all of this on their plate, there's no reason for them to pretend that it's easy.
It's a lot you have to juggle with your package rotation along with your beats and your enrichment points. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it, along with just taking your other classes throughout the day. Like, you're still in high school, you still have 8 periods a day, and you have homework every night.
The program supplies equipment for the students to check out and use for their packages, including things like DSLR cameras, wireless mics, tripods, lights, and more. Like any other team, it's important that the Lincoln Live students can trust and rely on one another. And this trust can often help create a special bond between them.
I have really enjoyed how much of a family Lincoln Live has become.
Biggest reward is just the relationships that you make, because it really is like a family. You're with these people for 2+ hours every day, and you get to know them really well, and it's just a great environment to work in.
Ultimately, it's up to them to make sure that their school is heard. That includes over 2,000 students.
Trying to tell stories honestly and with as much truth as we can without any bias or anything. You need to balance serious news and lighthearted news and news that is appropriate for the school while also being able to tell everyone's full stories.
This means keeping up with the different sports, clubs, faculty, daily events happening around the school, and everything else in between.
Today, a way to be recognized just for being a good person.
Play ball. It's time for baseball season. A preview.
And today is World Water Day. We raise a glass to salute an 8th grader who has a passion for helping others.
Lincoln Live starts now.
Now, I know what you're thinking. I get to be a part of a daily newscast that delivers the news every day, and all while being a part of this big family? Well, that sounds awesome. Sign me up. But how does one find themselves in the TV program? An operation that runs as well as this one must be built on practice and repetition. Sure enough, it's no different here. But most of the practice is done in a prerequisite class, Intro to TV.
I took intro.
I started intro.
The intro class.
The intro class here.
Because the program is so popular, not just anyone can get selected to take the next step that is Lincoln Live. You have to prove that you can do it and that you're dedicated.
By then, you better be here. If you're not done and it's the deadline, you better be here at 7:30. You know what I mean? So don't look at these as off days if you have things to do. If you don't have entries to do, I'll see you at noon or whatever time you're supposed to come to school.
But just like candy, it tastes that much sweeter when you've earned it.
Mr. Larry gives out golden tickets to all the people who get into Lincoln Live. So, I was just waiting for that golden ticket while I was sitting in my computer art class. Got it, was super excited.
Be sure to stick around to see what the TV program was like when Mr. Lowry first took over back in 2019 and how far it's come since then.